What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to the channel. I've been getting lots of requests for Wave 100 start guides or Wave 100 guides to unlock transmogs, and additionally, of course, if you're gonna grind through to Wave 100, just do it on Lycan King difficulty or the highest difficulty you can. That way, hopefully, you get some runes out of the deal. Rune farming, of course, is best done on mix mode, but sometimes you're just in the mood to chill. And then if you have not gotten those golden pet transmog unlocks for Wave 100, this is an easy way to do it. So we're going to start off with Act 1 here. Act 1 offers just a ton of really good runes. Definitely a place you want to farm it. And Magus Quarters, for me personally, was the place to farm. Now, out of the Act 1 maps, I would probably go between Alk Labs or Magus Quarters. Magus Quarters gives you that full-on Netflix and chill, though. So let's go ahead and fire it up. We're just going to start it at Wave 101 just to kind of show that the build will hold up until your pet transmog. And then remember, if you're doing it on Lycan King difficulty, you're going to have a higher chance of getting those godly runes. Let's hop right on in and get it built out. Now, this particular map, of course, is going to require some runes. However, you can really use any quality, as the runes that we're going to be using here are runes that have no downside. So there's going to be a benefit out of it. One of the biggest ones, without a doubt, is Entangling Roots. Of course, I've got a Golly version. However, you can use any version. Even a 6 out of 8 is still 20% slow. So this slow stacks with the Ensnare Aura and is just quite huge. Now we are going to start things off with an Ensnare Aura and an Electric Aura. We are using that Electric and Ensnare Aura and Rune. Of course, once again, any quality, as these runes have no downside. They're only upside. The Ensnare Aura rune is actually not even required at all for the build. The Lightning Strike rune does help you out with some of those bigger shots. Once again, any quality, as there's no downside to the rune. Now, we are going to be focusing heavily on the flamethrowers here, and immolation, same thing. No downside on this rune at all, so any quality of immolation rune is going to help you just really turn this into a chill build. Now, to get things started, let's go ahead and throw our root right in the back. We see the area of effect on the root. It is that the little green line that's on the ground. We do want to make sure we get this bad boy upgraded all the way. As you see, the range of it then, actually I think it's right in line with this Ensnare, which is about perfect. So the range on that is really going to go down here in the front. You see it's coming to here. It gives you a last resort slow that stacks with the Ensnare Aura that just is incredible. Now, we're going to be focusing pretty heavily on the heat cannons on this one. We're going to go 3 heat cannons on each lane and then 1 on each flyer lane. Building these up as close to the core as possible, and that is going to be for our flash buffing. As far as the flyer lanes, if you just go right here and point one out that way, works just great. So once again, go as close as you can to the core. I actually could have gotten these R's a little closer, it looks like. So let's go ahead and get those as close as possible. Just for quality of life, on this particular lane, you do want your heat cannons in front of your auras. The reason being, of course, is this is a Netflix and chill build, so we are going to be using a striking gemstone. So we want to make it a little bit easier for our striking gemstone to hit those aura stacks. Let's get one up here for these flyers. And then we'll go 3 right here once again. Now, we do want to get buff beams on everything. Using the overcharge buff beam, of course, or overdrive buff beam is going to help you out quite a bit, adding a little bit additional power. You don't want to put this down anywhere where you've got a massive amount of defenses, though. So for this situation, we're going to throw 1 on our aura stack all by itself. Then we're going to go and hit all of these heat cannons or flamethrowers. And then we should have what? We'll have 8 left over, I believe. Yeah, we've got 8 left over for some reflect beams. So the reflect beams, I'm just going to do lazy mode. We're going to go 2DU and 2DU. And then we'll go same thing here, 2DU. And then another 2 on top of it. So that'll give you good protection there. Since we're doing a wave 100 start, of course, we've got enough juice to get everything upgraded. So we're just going to get all of the things upgraded all the way here. As soon as you get to the point where you're upgrading your ensnare R's and reflect beams, you don't really need any more upgrades. However, you've got the mana, might as well jack them up. We are going to just go ahead and spam it up here all the way. Now, as I mentioned, this build, the intention of this build is full Netflix and chill. So, you know, you can sit here and just hit G and hit F for your tower boost. Of course, you can enable a macro if you're into the macro type usage to automate that for you and just make the waves fly through. This particular build I've done all the way up until wave 300 plus on this particular map, so it does hold for a very, very long way. Makes for some really good Netflix and chill on a second monitor or on a TV, whatever the case is. This build is definitely solid. Now, you see a lot of people spamming the PDS everywhere. The PDS is without a doubt extremely good. However, these flamethrowers are straight up ridiculous. Now, this particular map, you're going to think, oh, well, why not use little bombers? Well, the reason you don't want to use little bombers is because if you use little bombers, you can't be in Overlord mode, which means sirens are going to cast on you and Dark Elf Warriors are going to mob you. So for this particular run, we're going with a Striking Gemstone and a Speedy Gemstone. We want to make sure we're on our Aura stack and then go into Overlord mode. Now, when it comes to our Flash buff, of course, Flash buff is one of the big hot runes from this one. When it comes to Flash buff, you know, just cast it at the crystal. If your mouse pointer is pointed up right at the center of the crystal, you're gonna just hit everything. So, of course, the objective here, you know, you want to hit as many defenses as you can with that Flash buff, and they're just gonna burn out the bad. So, once again, this is a Wave 101 start. If you do start this map from the beginning, don't start at Wave 23, start at Wave 26 if you want to chill. The reason being is if you start at Wave 23, you're going to be gathering mana much, much slower. You're going to have to run around the map and pick it up to get everything upgraded. If you start at Wave 26, you're going to be able to get that big Endless Mode bonus mana every wave, and is going to allow you to get the map fully upgraded just within a few waves without running around at all. So, just chillaxing it out, sitting here throwing down our Flash buff, and, you know, as you see, just nothing's really making it too close to us at all. You see the copters are getting handled. We had one ogre that pushed up slightly close, but once they get in range of those flamethrowers, they just get straight up annihilated. And just taking a look at the TAC map, just everything is getting burned up really, really solid. So lots of killing power with this one. Full on Netflix and chill. No reason to go out of your way and grind this one out. Now, this is, of course, it's a stellar mix mode build as well. So if you do want to play actively, you can get this map completed really quickly. Now, this particular one, I personally probably wouldn't do on mix mode, because if you're playing on mix mode, odds are you're probably playing actively, because you got to rebuild that map every 5 or 6 minutes. And things like LTs, the PDS, even DSTs are just going to clear this map so fast, where it's not going to be worth using the flamethrowers. But for full-on Netflix and chill, you can just kick back and relax and let this one run. So this is definitely a super solid Wave 100 build to unlock those pet transmogs. And of course, if you do it on Lichen King difficulty like we're doing right here, it's going to allow you to get all of those godly runes. Now, you know, obviously the drop chance on godly runes is crazy, crazy low. If you are doing it on survival, recognize or realize that it's not the best play statistically, And additionally, always do it on Lycan King bonus difficulty for rune farming. If you're doing it without the bonus difficulty, even on Massacre mode, you're just completely destroying your chances of getting godly runes. Now, they might still be out there. There might be that needle in the haystack or the pie in the sky, so to speak. But if you do it on Lycan King, you are increasing your chance of those runes for sure. So this is a super solid Wave 100 run with the flamethrowers in the Magus Quarters. Act 1's got some shiny runes, y'all. Don't leave out Act number 1. But that will do it for this episode. Thanks a ton for watching, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.